And welcome to the April 9th meeting of the Glendale Commission on the Status of Women. May we have roll call, please?
Commissioner Alcazar?
Present.
Commissioner Burns?
Present.
Commissioner Garcevanyan? Commissioner Miller?
Present.
Commissioner Sarakanyan?
Present.
Commissioner Tashchin?
Present.
Chair Devine.
Here. Next item.
At 1A is the report regarding the posting of the agenda. The agenda for the April 9, 2012 meeting was posted on the bulletin board outside of City Hall on or before April 6, 2012.
Next item.
At 2, we have introductions and presentations. At A is Sexual Assault Awareness Month, and Chair Devine, members of the Commission, we were scheduled to have a representative from the Glendale Police Department to come speak about sexual assault today, and unfortunately, staff was informed earlier today that the detective has an ongoing investigation that prevented her from coming, and finding a replacement at the last second was not possible. So GPD sends its apologies, but they would be happy to come next month and present after we have our regularly scheduled May speaker.
That's great. And maybe our viewers would like to come on April 19th to the Walk a Mile in Her Shoes, and we'll have an officer there to speak as well. Next item, please.
At 3 is oral comment. Discussion is limited to items not a part of this agenda. Time is limited to an amount to be set by the chair. The Commission may question or respond to the speaker, but there will be no debate or discussion. Staff may refer the matter to the proper department for investigation and report.
I have no cards, so we'll move on to the next item.
At 4 is consent items. A is approval of the minutes of the regular Commission meeting held on March 12, 2012.
And let's see, do we have any corrections? I have a question.
Yes.
On the former mayors, was it Zelda or Zelma? I thought it was Zelda. You have Zelma. Zelma?
I believe it's Zelma, but we will double check.
Okay.
Thank
All right.
you.
That was the only question I had. Else? Then do I have a motion to accept the minutes as presented?
I make a motion that we accept the minutes as presented.
Second?
I'll second it.
And we have consensus? Yes.
Thank you.
Commissioner
Oh,
Burns?
with an abstention.
Next item, please.
At 5 is business agenda, A, action items. 1 is an update regarding the 8th annual Jewels of Glendale Awards Luncheon.
Perhaps we should delay this one because we are expecting Commissioner Garcevanyan to
Yes.
be present. So let's wait until he gets here in case he has a report to give.
Surely. At 2 is consideration of postponement of hosting Luna Fest in Glendale. And at A is a motion to postpone hosting Luna Fest in Glendale.
Put me in a report, please.
Yes. Chair Devine, members of the Commission, at the last meeting of the Commission approved moving forward with planning a Luna Fest film festival in Glendale, along with the office of State Senator Carol Liu, as well as Sir Optimist International of Glendale. At the time, it was determined that the Commission would split all costs associated with organizing Luna Fest with its two partners, thus rendering the Commission responsible for 1/3 of all costs. Since the last meeting, Sir Optimist International of Glendale has informed staff that they cannot participate in Luna Fest at this time, but are interested in participating in the event this coming fall. As discussed at the last meeting, Luna Fest does donate 15% of proceeds to Breast Cancer Fund, while the remaining 85% is donated to the host's local charity of choice. At the last meeting, I believe Commissioner Tashchin and other members of the Commission had asked for information about other Luna Fests happening in the Los Angeles area, and there is a table in your reports that includes information from Long Beach, Hollywood, Los Angeles, Hermosa Beach, and Santa Clarita. In there it lists the venues, the capacity for each venue. Some are previous, and I believe there's 1 or 2 more to be held in the future, and their ticket prices along with who hosted the events. And if any of the commissioners would like additional information beyond that, staff would be happy to provide that to you. Also at the last meeting, there was a discussion about venues. At this time, the Thursday, May 31st, date is still available for the Alex Theater, as is the Sunday, June 22nd date for Glendale College. Another option that has come based on conversations with the college is the use of Crider Hall. It's a lecture hall. It seats about 120 people. The benefit of this hall is that the price is a lot less, but it also does accommodate less people and does not have an entry foyer type of an area. So at this time, staff recommends that the commission consider postponing. The commission can move forward at this time in planning a Luna Fest for late May or early June. But should the commission consider postponing this event to the fall, please note that there will be a new set of films. I'm sure the films will be of the same caliber as the ones presented this year, but there will be a new set of films coming into the new season, which starts September and runs through June of 2013. And that concludes my report, if you have any questions.
Okay. Are there any comments or questions from commissioners?
One comment,
Go ahead.
Chair Devine, if I may. The last time we met on this, one of the discussions regarding the location about the Alex versus the Glendale Community College was that the Alex would handle the theater box office. Now, since that time, since we've met, the Alex and Glendale Community College have gotten together on the box office, so that's no longer an issue, right?
Yes.
It'll be handled either way.
Yes, thank you for making that distinction. Failed to mention that, Vice Chair Miller. Thank you. Yes, Glendale Community College ticket sales is being managed through Glendale Arts. So at this point, as far as ticket sales and the ease of acquiring ticket sales, we have a level playing field. Ticket sales would be done the same way for either venue. Thank you.
I think the thrust of this agenda item is the fact that Seroptimist International has dropped out of the collaboration as of now. We do have the ARS and possibly the ANC that would like to come in at a later date, so that would mean more involvement in the community, perhaps more people coming to see the film. Senator Liu is getting close to election time, so there's a time crisis there that's critical. So we're asking if the commission is in agreement to postpone this until later in the year so that we can get all the collaborative partners together and then go from there. That's really the main question here. Or do you want to just go ahead with the Senator's office and the commission and do this in June? You know, we have a lot of events coming up this month and next month, and so that would put Ms. Baboumian behind an 8 ball, I think. I think that's a consideration that we have to make.
Also, Chair Devine.
Yes. Well, certainly we don't want to put Ms. Baboumian behind the 8 ball, and my concern is that there are a lot of activities coming up, and perhaps we should postpone it until after September, where we could get the ANC involved and perhaps other organizations involved. Chair Devine, is the Seroptimist International of Glendale totally, completely out of this, or are they just postponing it until at a future date?
They're going to bring it before the board in the summer, and then perhaps in September they'll be ready to commit, but we have to wait for them to talk it over and to come to an agreement that they want to do this project. Whether they're out of it completely, I don't know. Ms. Baboumian, would you please note that Commissioner Garsavanian has arrived?
Thank you.
Do you have a comment?
I did. Also, Christine, you said the new movies come out when? September?
Yes, the Commissioner Garsavani, members of the commission, the Luna Fest season runs from September through June. So actually there would be no screenings in July and August.
So
have to ask for special permission.
Right, so potentially we can be the first one to have this new set of films.
Quite possibly in the area, absolutely. That's a good point. And I do believe Luna Fest right now is screening and taking entries for the new set of films that will be released in September.
If we were to look at a later date, I would just note that I know that the funds that are raised do support breast cancer, so that does fit nicely with some of the initiatives that happen in October. But do we have, is it just sometime later in the fall, or do we have any definitive months from them, or can we suggest a month like September?
When considering Senator Liu, the elections are coming up in November, so it's almost as if we can't really plan before the elections in the hopes that she's reelected. So we're kind of in that sort of a place. So we have to would probably be waiting.
Chair Devine, members of the commission, just as a point of clarification, Senator Liu's office has the ability to participate in events leading up to the election, which will take place in early November. Her name is not allowed to go out on mailers, anything that is mailed to homes, but on any flyers or advertisements, based on information that we've received from Carol Liu's staff, her name is allowed to be on items leading up to the election, and staff's recommendation would be to plan this event prior to the November election, so that we're not planning something with someone who could possibly not be in office.
Well, that's good news. That's good news then. Okay. So we could possibly do it in October. So then the motion that we're looking for is, do we have a commission agreement, or can I get a motion on whether to postpone or whether to do it as soon as possible?
Well, I'll make a motion to postpone hosting LunaFest in Glendale to a later date.
Second.
Second, and let's do a roll call, please.
Commissioner Burns,
Yes.
Commissioner Garcevanian,
Yes.
Vice Chair Miller,
Yes.
Commissioner Tushchin,
Yes.
Chair Devine.
Yes.
Thank you.
Before we move on, Christine, would it be possible to maybe have a October block for this, so we can go to Sir Optimists and tell them you would like to participate? It would be in this October.
I don't think that's necessary right now. I think we have plenty of time between now and, let's say, August to let this play out as it will.
And in the event that those discussions do take place, and just for having it noted today, I would just suggest that we consider not looking at October. I don't know if my statement about breast cancer made you think I was going towards that. If you really look at the community and my memory of being in it in October, there are a number of community events in October, and we might really be tasking people a great deal. So all I would hope is that whatever groups come together, they might consider looking at the community calendar through the fall and or the first part of 2013, or whatever you decide to figure it out.
And I think that's why we don't want to put us in a block right now, and we'll look at the dates in the future.
Right.
Okay, next item, please.
Okay, at this time, we'll be returning to item 5A1, which is the update regarding the 8th Annual Jewels of Glendale Awards Luncheon.
We have a report, please, Ms.
Sure. Chair Devine, members of the Commission, the upcoming Jewels of Glendale Awards Luncheon will be held on Thursday, May 10th, 2012 at the Oakmont Country Club in Glendale. Doors will open at 11. The luncheon will begin promptly at noon. The Jewel of Glendale Women of Courage honorees are Lori Hartwell, Christine Hovnanian, Betty Porto and Margarito Navarro, and Suzanne Slaughter. The GEM Scholarship Award will be given to Amy Yerian from Crescenta Valley High School. And additionally, the chair of the commission will give special recognition to Eileen Givens, former mayor of the city of Glendale. The mistress of ceremonies that's been confirmed for the luncheon is Jill Simonian. Ms. Simonian is a television host, entertainment journalist, and founder and author of a blog about balancing career and motherhood. She also served as a speaker for Maria Shriver's Women's Conference in 2010. As of April 5th, the Commission's received over $9,000 in sponsorships, advertisements, and ticket sales. To date, the Commission has received one $5,000 diamond sponsorship, we're happy to say, from Glendale Adventist Medical Center, The Commission has also received $3,000 Emerald sponsorships, one from Massage Envy Glendale, another from Glendale Water and Power, and another from Glendale Management Association. Sponsorship packets have been sent out to previous sponsors and award winners. They're also posted on the Commission's website, and invitations are currently being distributed throughout the community. That concludes staff's comments, and take any questions.
Commissioner Garcetti, do you have a report or any?
I think Ms. Bowman covered most. I would just like to ask every commissioner and student ex officios if you can bring at least 2 to 3 silent auction items, whether it be from yourself or from an organization or business, etc.
Ms. Babumian?
Yes, and staff will compile a list of current items and distribute it to each commissioner, and can update that as items do come in, so that the commission, is aware of what items have been collected thus far. Usually, just from a logistical perspective, having anywhere from 20 to 25 items at the very most seems to be conducive for this event, not only as far as the choices so that people can competitively bid on each item, but also the processing that the volunteers and staff does throughout the length of the luncheon. It leaves enough time to process accurately about no more than 25 items. In the past, having more items has been a little problematic. So
I would encourage the commissioners to work on sponsorships more than silent auction items at this point. We have 2 $500 sponsorships that should be coming in, hopefully, and we can announce, well, in May, we won't be able to announce those next time, but hopefully those will come in plus others. So that would be my recommendation as well. And I think for silent auction items, we're probably still in need of restaurant auction items. I know one likes those, and so it's looking good. We have the invitations. They'll be coming out in the mail, and hopefully everyone out there will come to the luncheon and help us fund our programs, because that's what this is for. We are totally non-funded by the city for our programs, and this is our way of earning funds for Camp Rosie and for all of our Sexual Assault Awareness Month activities and the Luna Fest and anything else that we might want to do for the benefit of women and girls in our community. So we thank you to those who have already contributed, and we welcome anyone else who would like to donate. Thank you. Next item, please.
at B is reports, information only, and at 1 is the Commission on the Status of Women's 2012 Master Calendar of Events. This is the recurring calendar.
Any additions or corrections? Bring attention to the ACCW Quarterly Teleconference on April the 12th. That will be at 5 p.m. to our delegates. Are there any corrections or additions? Then I guess, Ms. Babumian, we can note and file our calendar as presented.
At 2 is the update regarding Sexual Assault Awareness Month activities. Would you like a brief
Babumian,
report?
a report, please.
Surely. Chair Devine, members of the Commission, at the regular meeting of the Commission held in February of this year, the Commission approved a calendar of events for SAM activities known as Sexual Assault Awareness Month in April to help raise awareness surrounding sexual assault and to offer education and prevention efforts. On April 3rd, Tuesday, the proclamation for Sexual Assault Awareness Month and Denim Day in Glendale was issued by City Council and the Mayor to the Commission on the Status of Women. The Chair accepted the resolution on behalf of the Commission, and members of the Commission were there to inform City Council and the community about the various activities organized by the Commission for SAM. Additionally, another activity for SAM is the self-defense classes. As in previous years, the Commission is holding self-defense classes that are open and free for women and girls in the community. The first class will be held Wednesday, April 11th from 6 to 8:30 p.m. at the Glendale Police Department. The second class will be held Wednesday, April 25th from 6 to 8:30 p.m. at the Glendale Community College. You'll note that in the flyer that's being shown on the screen is only advertising the April 25th class right now because the April 11th class is full and has a wait list going. Again, both classes are free, open to women and girls in the community. For those who are interested in attending the Wednesday, April 25th class, they will need to email or call and RSVP. They will be given parking information and room details for that. Also happening for SAM is Denim Day in Los Angeles and now in Glendale. So for the past 6 years, the Commission has supported Peace Over Violence with Denim Day. And over the course of the past 5 years, the Commission has organized Denim Day in Glendale fundraiser and has donated over $5,000 to Peace Over Violence. And this year, Denim Day is on Wednesday, April 25th. Also, the last but not least is Walk a Mile in Her Shoes, and this is an event that the Glendale Commission on the Status of Women, along with the YWCA of Glendale, is presenting for the first time. It is an opportunity for men to join women in raising awareness in their community about sexual assault and violence against women. The event will be held on Thursday, April 19th from 5:30 to 7 p.m. At the YWCA of Glendale. We will start with some opening remarks from city officials and march from the YWCA down to City Hall and back, which is 1 mile, and conclude with a reception and some closing remarks at the YWCA. The men who commit to this walk do have the opportunity to wear high heels, though no one will be turned away for donning flats, tennis shoes, sandals, or the like. The point is for men to join women and really show support for this cause. That concludes my brief report for the SAM update, if there's any questions.
First, I want to thank Commissioner Burns, Commissioner Toshtian, Commissioner Sarakanian for joining me at City Council and making the presentations. I really appreciated that, and I did a great job. Second, I would like to hear from the ex officios on what's going on at their schools for Denim Day, because I think it's really exciting. Commissioner Alcazar, do you want to start?
Okay. Well, right now, for Denim Day, we're just waiting on the confirmation from our principal, but our school's totally for it, especially because it coincidentally falls on the same day as our weekly Wednesday masses, but that Wednesday mass is also going to be a special mass for the Pure Love Club, and it's their ring ceremony to vow that they will be chaste until marriage. So that's with Denim Day. It's going to fall really nice. And do you want me to speak about the other events as well?
That are happening on Denim Day?
Or for the other events for Sexual Assault Awareness Month? That our school is going to be...
Go ahead.
Okay.
You're doing? Sure.
I will see a few of my friends and we will be a part of the self-defense classes on Wednesday. So we're really excited for that, especially at the Glendale Police Department. And also, a few of our students and teachers are going to be at the Walk a Mile in Her Shoes, and we're excited for that.
And your vice principal is Bringus?
Yes, Mr. Bringus.
Yes, he was so very sweet because Holy Family, the students wear uniforms. So when I spoke at the school and he heard about Walk a Mile, or rather Denim Day, he was very willing to participate and have the school participate. So I really want to thank him for that. That's a bold step, I think, and it's a great effort on his part. Thank you. Commissioner Sakahanian?
I have also actually organized Denim Day at my school at Clark Magnet High, and it was also a big step from my school because we have a strict dress code that we must follow. So it was great to hear support from my principal and vice principal for them to allow for us to have Denim Day. And I've also organized a seminar that's going to be happening on the April 18th. It's like a little assembly, and I've invited like the history classes and the health classes of the 9th graders to come and just hear about just information about Sexual Assault Awareness Month and about the Walk a Mile and Denim Day. And I have a speaker coming from the YWCA, and I'm getting in touch to get someone from the Glendale Police Department to come and just teach them the educational aspect of this month. So I'm excited for that.
That's terrific. That's great news. Wonderful. Let's see, what else was there? Oh, Ms. Baboumian, how many slots are open or spots are open in the second, the April 25th self-defense class?
Approximately 30 spots are available.
And we take 60, is it? How many do we take?
We take up to 80.
80, okay. All right, so April 25th at Glendale Community College, call in and make your reservation for that. Okay, very good. I was down at the Y, there, also on Walk a Mile. That evening, the YWCA is premiering the grand opening of the Y, the entrance, because they've been painting and decorating and bringing that up to a beautiful state. And I was down a couple Saturdays ago painting, and it was just getting started. So I'm sure that by the time we get there on the 25th, it's going to be gorgeous and a welcoming spot for those that need help. So that's going to be a great day, and I hope a lot of people will show up. The LA Sparks are going to be there. I don't know if you mentioned that.
I did not mention that, so thank you.
The LA Sparks are going to be there, and so it should be a fun evening and a meaningful evening, powerful, having men march to prevent and to stop violence against women. Fabulous. Okay, next item, please.
At 6 is Commissioner and staff comments.
Okay, and we'll start with Ms. Baboumian.
Sure, just to update staff, I went to the Safe Families Task Force meeting. Currently, there aren't any major projects on the table. I believe the Crescenta Valley Drug and Alcohol Coalition is trying to organize kind of like a fair for Rosemont Middle School one day after school in late May. That would take place from about 3 to 5 p.m. So staff will be there to distribute Camp Rosie applications if they'll have us.
Can you give me that date again, please?
It's not quite confirmed yet. The
what-
tentative day is May 23rd. But I have yet to receive confirmation from their executive director. One of the things that the Safe Families Task Force is considering right now is to team up with the police department and other local organizations in the LA area to help bring awareness of trafficking of women and young girls that might be happening in Glendale. Apparently, these things happen everywhere. It's organized by gangs, whether it's from the country just to the south of our border or gangs here in LA. Apparently there's a lot of theft. It's becoming more and more profitable for gang members to traffic women rather than drugs. So that's what's happening. So some awareness and prevention efforts for the young ladies in the community. So that's something that the Safe Families Task Force is interested in starting to work on.
Commissioner Alcazar?
First off, I'd like to, as a part of Holy Family High School, we'd like to thank Paula Devine for being our keynote speaker at our Career Day on March 27th. And we absolutely loved your speech about inspiring to learn, lead, and love, and the application into the lives of young women making history. And we, as being one of the speakers at our Career Day, you really got the word out about the Commission on the Status of Women. And I've had a few girls come up to me asking me about when are the applications going to be out for this next student ex officio, so I will be getting the information out.
Pleasure. Commissioner Burns?
I guess we just have to really, really, really hope that everyone that hears this will support the luncheon. That seems to be the most important thing right now, that the invitations go out, and we have a tremendously good crowd. It's going to be a wonderful event. May I ask a question? I can't remember last year. Was there any music at luncheon? Did they have any background music from the club?
We used to have that back. Once we had a violinist and we've had a pianist, yeah, but we had nothing. But we're thinking about doing that, I think. Well, you have to ask our chair.
Well, I'm asking.
We might have some background music, but no performances.
No performances, but just something in the background. I think that's a nice touch.
Well, I've talked to Commissioner Alcazar. She is a pianist, and there is a piano at Oakmont, so letting Commissioner Garsavani know that he can do some investigating into that. So,
That would be a great idea.
Commissioner Miller?
I just wanted to put a word out to the community that I hope you do take advantage of all of the events that the Commission on the Status of Women is either sponsoring or co-sponsoring or collaborating with other groups this month. This, if you know what's going on the state level with the Commission and what they're going through to really justify themselves and how we as a group have been supporting that, I think it's very clear in our city when you see these many events back to back, week after week, really what the merit of this commission is and what we do. I mean, last month we had a story in the paper about a woman going into a safe house. We know that as a commission here, we definitely contributed to that, combined with all of the sexual assault awareness month activities that we are participating in to really raise awareness. So I hope you take advantage of these and you check them out and come and join us.
Garsavani?
I would just like to reiterate what Commissioner Byrne said about our luncheon. Please help support everything we do. I mean, this luncheon supports our year-long events. Again, it's May 10th at 12 o'clock, social hour and silent auction at 11 a.m. And for ticket information, please call Ms. Babumian at 818-548-4844. See you there.
Austin?
Yes, thank you. First of all, I attended the YWCA luncheon a couple of weeks ago, and our chair received an award. I think it was an award for outstanding service to our community, and I want to congratulate you on that. Secondly, I want to join in on the Commissioner's comments with respect to attending our public events. Specifically, coming up is the Walk a Mile in Their Shoes. I urge all men, please participate with women. Join in on this. It's an important cause. It's important for men to be seen, to be out there, and to walk with women in her shoes. So please, all men, attend. Thank you.
Commissioner Saracani?
I'm also looking forward to all the events that are coming up this month for sexual assault awareness, and I'm glad that student ex officio Alcazar and I were able to reach out to our schools and get the word out to the smaller parts of the community. So I'm looking forward to all the events that are coming up.
I'll conclude with a few thanks. One to Ruth Charles for inviting me to speak on behalf of the Commission at the Philanthropy Education Organization, her chapter, one of 88 in this community, and they're like 100 years old. So it was an honor to be there to speak about the Commission and to meet all of the lovely women that are a part of that group. I thoroughly enjoyed Career Day at Holy Family. I particularly enjoyed seeing all of the high school, the teens, looking at me with adventure and I don't know, anticipation in their eyes for what's to come in their lives. They were, it was quite an enjoyable experience, I have to say. I attended the ARS 25th Annual Fashion Show fundraiser on March 24th. The mayor and I had a very good time there. It was at the Universal Hilton. It's always a fantastic event, and the fashions were beautiful, and it was most enjoyable, and kudos to the ARS for that. I want to take 1 minute to congratulate Mayor Friedman, who will end her mayoral year tomorrow, and thank her for serving the community honorably and in a dignified manner. She serves as a wonderful example to young girls and women in our community, and I thank her for her service. A few events coming up besides our events. The Brand Library Arts Association is going to present My Grandma's Tattoo at the Central Library at 7 p.m. on April 18th. This is an empowering documentary of a woman trying to find meaning to the tattoos on her grandmother's hands, and leads her to a discovery of how women were treated in the genocide. As I say, it's very powerful. I've been asked to be part of the panel. There is no admission. Everyone is welcome. Again, it's April 18th, 7 p.m. at the Central Library. The Glendale Association of Realtors is having a wine tasting for Glendale Healthy Kids. It's the third annual at the Red Carpet. That one is on April 25th. This is a very busy month. April 25th, tickets are $25 pre-sale and $35 at the door. And if you're interested, call 241-2184. And last, don't forget, Seroptimist International of Glendale's Bras for a Cause. That's coming up on April 28th. Kathy Zapala is going to be honored for her service in the community, and she's famous for donating baskets to just about every organization in the community. And Rick Lemo is going to be the MC, and it's going to be terrific. So if you're interested in tickets, 818-398-7043. My quote for this meeting comes from Robin Williams, the comedian and the actor, and it is about spring. And he says, "Spring is nature's way of saying, let's party." So I hope to see all of you at all of the events, not only the Commission's events, but all of the wonderful events coming up in April. And with that, do I have a motion for adjournment?
Motion.
We are adjourned at 6:10.